Hello, am I audible? Hi, good afternoon to you all. And it's a pleasure for me to be here once again. My third Indian Management Conclave conference organized by Amit ji. Okay. In fact, Amit ji and I go back together ever since he had founded MBA Universe. That was in 2010. I was at IIM Calcutta, and we worked together. Pleasure to be here, Amit ji, once again. And thank you very much for inviting me. We have about 5 speakers over here today in this panel, and we have about 1 hour 45 minutes for 1 hour 15 minutes. So I suggest we can take about 10 minutes each, and it's okay, and take 5 minutes. Then thereafter, if time permitting, we can take question answers. But I myself believe, being a backbencher all along in my life, question answers taught me more than the mainstream lecturing. Okay. So the topic that is given to me is student engagement and learning methods. I think it's very relevant for today's discussion. I've been a teacher for more than 30 years. Prior to that, when I was in industry, I was a visiting faculty with many schools, mainly in Mumbai, like Jamnalal Bajaj and so on. And then I've been observing a change among the students community all over the world. I also happen to teach in a couple of schools in Europe. Most important and striking change that I see in them is their attention span has come down drastically. They cannot concentrate for more than 1 hour. And I was talking to some of my friends at IIM Ahmedabad. They said, knowing this, understanding this and recognizing this, we have reduced our class timings to 1 hour 15 minutes and not 1 hour 30 minutes as used to be earlier. Secondly, I also realize that this generation of students is different than my generation of student, or when even I was as a student. We would simply listen to the faculty and follow the instructions without asking questions like why not, why me? They ask this. I call this generation as I am me, respect me generation. As a result of which, we need to personalize learning as per the specific learning style inventory of a particular student. How do we do that? That is also a challenge. In a class of 60 or 65, how do we personalize those inputs to make learning more relevant and effective to him? No one likes lecturing, me included. I used to be the worst nightmare for a teacher whenever he would start lecturing, especially post-lunch class. How do we change? How do we move away from lecturing to more discussion-oriented sessions? And the trend all over the world is also the same. They say no OHPs, no LCD projector, it's chalk and talk. How do we do that? Can we make learning interactive and interesting? I call it learntainment, learning with entertainment. Is it possible for us to do that? The same student who finds it boring to sit in class for more than 1 hour can watch a movie on Netflix for the whole day. Why is he glued to that seat and his attention span is spread to 1 day? Or even more than that if he has that much time, but not so much in the classroom. Can we introduce some fun, entertainment in learning? I may ruffle some feathers. Some people may not like this concept, but let's look at it. And that's why I would say, let's look at it. I remember one professor, Professor Kocher, a very senior professor of IIM Calcutta, IIM Ahmedabad. He is no more now, unfortunately. He used to openly say, 70% of the learning takes place outside the classroom. Can we make it happen more formally and systematically by encouraging the student to interact with faculty members outside the classroom? Use of technology. We had an excellent presentation on use of technology. Technology is here to stay. Courtesy COVID, we are having hybrid classes in many places. And I would say hybrid classes are going to stay hereafter. How do we inculcate technology? Maybe use technology and make it interactive. As I see in the years to come, there are more and more going to be simulation games. more and more use of short films followed by discussions, and more video cases which would give students more holistic idea about that same case. Harvard has already started making cases shorter. They realized that no one likes to read those 17 pages long cases plus 10 pages of annexures. By the time we read the 17th page, we forget the first page. How can we create that gist as a short page, a short case, and make it more interesting and more learning oriented? And last, in my opinion, and the biggest challenge for we teachers or we co-learners is Google. Google is no more a word, it's a verb. You can just Google it and you know the meaning of everything. In what way we are going to add value to the students when we make this teaching or process more engaged? With last comment, I'll make it open to my panelists. I remember once, actually at IIM Calcutta, we had a system of students clapping on the desk if they like your class. And I used to get this clap. So I got thrilled. And I started getting a feeling that I was a great teacher. And once my old teacher, 75-year-old teacher, was visiting me, so I requested him to be in my class so that he could give me some inputs. And after that class, he came out and when we were having coffee, no change on his face, absolutely. I was fishing for some compliments, some certain things that he would say, and ultimately I had to ask him, so how was the class? Any feedback for me, please? He was a great teacher. The way he used to analyze cases was awesome. He looked at me quietly and said, "You are a great orator." I said, "I thought I was a teacher." He says, "No, you need to learn how to teach, how to discuss." I said, "What do I do? What is a great class?" And he said, "When you change one paradigm in the minds of students, it's a great class." I said, "Then what's an excellent class?" He simply looked at him and said, "Well, when you can change more than one paradigm." I shivered. And let me stop by this. How do we make this interaction, engagement, which will enable us to change paradigms in their mind?